Today, we are taking over something a little bit different, going on an adventure to international management on FC25, taking over the Irish national team and try and make them not only the best team in Europe, but the best team in the world, winning them the World Cup. But that could take a long time looking at this squad, looking at those players here. We will have to harness a lot of talent because there are some talented players in here. The goalkeepers Bazunu and Kelleher are not bad. Collins is a good centre back, but even Ferguson a good striker. But we will have to do a lot of work if we want to get this team up the rankings of the international game. I have also decided to go for Shamrock Rovers and to put them in League 2 just to be able to harness some Irish talent during the course of the seasons. We will certainly not be able to win the 2026 World Cup, but all my eyes are focused on the 2030 World Cup. Not in the United States, which is in 2026, but in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. I have hired an academy coach, but he's only one star, and that clearly shows here, as we have 3 players in our first youth intake who are all absolutely woeful. One is alright in Christopher Cleary, but the other 2 are absolutely shit, I have to say. However, that is what happens if you have Marcus Fuller as your scout. 1 star, doesn't bring you anywhere. The problem is that we've only got 766k in our bank. We've spent somehow 7 million this season. I don't know why, when, and how that happened. I have not spent a single penny, apart from hiring that 1 star scout, as well as hiring a few coaches to let the players grow a bit faster. But never have I spent 7 million. I would say let's simulate until the end of the season. Let's see how we will do against Bromley. It's a 1-1 draw here. Shamrock Rovers, Bromley 1-1. But yeah, that's one result. We are right now, let me see. I don't even think, we can't see where we are. But we will place Barrow here and another draw it is. We are about 18th, 17th, 16th in the table right now. But it's not, of course, the target to make Shamrock the best club in Europe. It's the target to make Ireland the World Cup champions. But very, very small steps we can only take here with this Irish Federation. So we've actually done really well in the first season with Shamrock Rovers. 17 wins, 18 draws, 11 losses. 69 points in 6th place of League 2. Which is not too bad for an Irish club coming into the English divisions. But that is not the most important thing. The most important thing is this. Ferguson up to a 75. We have Johnston 73. The Irish national team players, the default ones. Collins up to a 76. Doherty at a 73 still. We have quite a weak right side here with Ogbene and Doherty. Even at Cam, Brown is already 30, so we might just need to fix that somehow. But we cannot go in just to buy someone. We have to develop those players. And right now, with the money we've got at Shamrock Rovers, this is impossible. So it's going to be a hard task going into the upcoming seasons. I've actually hired a 3-star scout, which is already much better. For 9 months, he will go to Ireland to find us some talents in the centre back, right back, left back, all the defensive positions, along with the right midfielder spot, where we found that we have a lag in the Irish national team. If you remember, guys, in one of the last videos, there was like a glitch where the players wouldn't show up. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, because otherwise we will be in the mud. We've just about lost out in the promotion playoff finals to Bradford, 1-0. So, not a bad first season. We actually beat Carlisle United in the semis. We will play one more season in League 2. But yeah, I just want to see improvement. And League 2 playoff final is not too bad for a first season with an Irish club. So as you guys can see, we've actually changed formation at Shamrock Rovers. And we've also brought in a few players. I'm going to show you exactly who. But the 4-3-3 is for Season 2. Big changes have been made here. Mandriou goes out to Plymouth. Lopez goes away as well to Ulsan. Aaron Green joins Cheltenham. Lee Stacey joins Harrogate Town. Sean Hoare joins another team I don't even know. Mark McNulty, Doncaster. And then we've signed the players here. Baba Adeko, a big one. 22, 65 overall. Andrew Moran, 21, 70 overall. From Brighton, actually. First on a loan, then we recruited him permanently. And then Brian Mara, who comes in from Derry City. He's 550k cost us, but he's 64 rated, the best goalkeeper by a mile. But then, our best signing by a mile, an exciting prospect, an Irishman, a striker, Mason Melia, our new superstar up top, 17 years old, 64 rated already. The target is, of course, to get at some point this team higher up the leagues. We've had a better budget already this season. I'm going to play with a 4 at the back. Maya goes into the goal. Adeko in midfield, Moran in cam position, and Melia, the new striker, with Connolly, the backup. But I think we've done a good job here, filling out this team in the positions that it needs to be filled. Adek Boyega is still not in the team, so I'm gonna put him in here. Yeah, that's much better. He's only 21, 65 rated, alongside Greeley, both 65 rated. With the new scout in town, we've actually found a whole list of interesting youth academy players, alongside Chris Shannon, who is 69 to 93 potential, and the only one available for us to be promoted right now. So that's what we're going to do. The others are going to be let in the youth academy. Hopefully they will develop nicely. So this is our group going into the Men's International Cup, called the World Cup as well. Argentina, France, Croatia. It couldn't have come any harder for us. I mean, looking at the other groups, there are always two teams that are at least manageable. But in this group, none of them is really manageable. We will be the big outsiders here. This is going to be the squad for the World Cup. Of course, still a lot of things to improve. I'm going to put Smodics in the cam spot, not Azaz, maybe even Azaz. He's only 25, yes. And then I'm going to go for O'Brien in centre back. I mean, this team has really not been updated accordingly, but otherwise, this team is fine. Our starting game will immediately be against the French national team. So let's see if we can maybe eke out the draw or something. Oh my god. A 5-1 defeat. We fell to a hat-trick of Kylian Mbappe. Thuram scored. And Dembele. This is not going well. On the second match day, it will be Argentina we face. The world champions. I'm not expecting a lot here, to be honest. And we, this time, lose just about 3-2. We were 2-0 down. Argentina got a red card. We got back, actually. Ferguson and Schmodics. But Lautaro in between our two goals scores the winner for Argentina. And our final game of the first World Cup in 2026 will be against the Croatian national team. Another heavy underdog story, but it's actually a draw. And Ferguson missed a pen in the 87th minute that could have won it for us. Actually, I'm not too unpleased with this. Of course, in the end, we finish rock bottom of Group F, which means that we are out of the International Cup, of the World Cup. Let's see, France and Argentina progress. Croatia didn't have an easy task either. Germany and Romania. Netherlands and England go through, as well as Portugal, Morocco, Spain and Poland. And finally, Norway actually topped the group ahead of Italy and Iceland. In the end, the World Cup is going to go the way of Spain, defeating Poland of all clubs in the World Cup final. So, an all-European final over there. We have all our eyes set on the 2030 World Cup meanwhile. On the flip side, we have some good news, as in League 2, Shamrock Rovers managed to become the champions on 84 points, 2 ahead of Gillingham, and will go up automatically to League 1. Good news over there. I've only changed a couple of things here in season number 3 with Shamrock Rovers. Dylan Watts is leaving the club. He's of course already 29, not going to help us in any way, shape or form to improve the Irish national team. Alex Murphy, on the other hand, is joining us. He's a talented 22-year-old, 69 rated, coming in as a fringe player of Nottingham Forest. As well as Killian Phillips, same applies to him. He comes in on a loan move for 2 years actually. So if we want to make it permanent, maybe next season we can. Meaning that this is the squad that, of course, Shamrock Rovers. Melia up top, Moran at cam, Phillips at centre midfield. Those are our strongest players. Also, the back line with Murphy, Adegboyega, Mahe in goal is great. Murray and Faye. Faye is actually the Youth Academy player that I'm going to nail into that left back spot. It's the end of Season 3 and we've actually got a quite nice squad on our hands. Melia is up to a 73, Moran 77, Phillips 75. I've also hired him permanently. He's a permanent signing now. Murphy and Adegboyega, however he's called, at centre back, also looking good. So does Maher. We've actually done very well in League 1 in our first League 1 season. 81 points after 46 games, which means that we will be in the playoff positions. Defeating Derby County in the semi-finals of the League 1 playoffs, and even Oxford United in the final, which means we go up to the championship in season number 4. It's not a Shamrock Rovers rebuild, guys. Just be clear. But it's very good that the team has still been promoted to the championship. On the other hand, there is also a European Championship qualifier going on where we are in 4th position out of 5 teams. If I go into it, once again there is a glitch here. You can see only one team, which is Czechia, is still behind us. But we are in fighting distance with even France in 2nd position, so still everything to be determined over there. We've done all we could in this transfer window of season number 4. Bringing in the likes of Franco Chibueze from Southampton for 3 million. Our new left back. He's 22, 70 overall. Alongside bringing in 2 free agents. Connor Quinn will fight it out for the right back spot. And Joe Redmond. Looking at the Ireland setup, I've changed some things here. So we play an offensive 4-3-3 with Smallbone and Cullen in midfield. Still, not many are highly rated. We have Mahon, who is a regen. 76 rated at the age of 21. Manning is on the left back spot, but he's already 31. Kelleher is actually the best rated player. He's only 28 as well. Alongside, of course, Evan Ferguson, the biggest talent of Irish football, at the age of 22, 81 rated. The team is not coming together badly, but of course we still need improvements in certain areas. So again, guys, the menus have glitched out, but what I can tell you is that we have not qualified for the Euros in 2028. So that is a tournament we will not be part of. We've won a few matches, like against Croatia, to be noted. Also, if I'm not mistaken, yes, the last game we won against Ukraine, who have topped the group. So very good results there, but still, we are eliminated from the Euros. In our first championship season with Shamrock, we actually just about scraped relegation by 4 points. We overcame it. I mean, 20th position, 50 points, 4 ahead of Reading on 46. That was tight. But I have to say though, looking at this squad, the Irish lads, Moran, Melia, have really stepped up. Even Phillips up to a 76, Murphy up to a 75. The English lads are doing well. Umo Chibueze has to step up his game, but he's only 23. With this Watson guy, I've kept him in the team. He's actually a default Youth Academy player. He's one of our strongest players as well. Having a look at the Ireland setup, Moran, of course, is at an 82. That's what we saw already. Ferguson up to an 83. McAteer up to a 77. Mahon has slowed down his growth a little bit, up to an 78. The centre-backs are 80 rated and the goalkeeper is 82 rated. Just need a better left-back. Hopefully Umo Chibueze can develop faster and better. At the start of the 5th season, I bring in a massive right-back. An improvement of +5 on, or +4 on our recent right-back. Kane from Arsenal, he came in for very, very less money because his contract was expiring. But this team is now looking quite good, I have to say. We've actually made another big swap deal, bringing in Bozun Laval, a centre midfielder, for Baba Adeku from Stoke, +3 million. So a swap deal +3 million. Now that's already a much better looking midfield with Phillips and Laval in there. 25, 74 rated. He's a man that I still believe I can develop. It's the end of the second championship season, and this time we've done much better. Improved our position by 10 into 68 points, 10th position. Just 6 points behind actually going into the playoffs, which is Sunderland in 7th. Not too bad. Luton and Leeds go up, but we are in 10th. And the team is looking great as well. Melia up to an 81, Moran up to an 84, Laval up at a 75, Murphy up to a 78. We have Kane up to a 75, and even Chibueze up to a 75. So, Phillips up to a 77. Growth has been there, definitely. I mean, this is really not doing me any favors. Looking at the academy, the report shall be there. We have a new 5-star, 4-star scout, and then this happens. Not found. Location null. I don't know. But this is absolute crap. At this point, it even says Ireland Youth Scout mission updated, but I'm not even sure if we can finish this job of... We are still losing games here with Shamrock Rovers. But that doesn't matter. I want to see what we are all about going into the World Cup next year, of course. Going into that World Cup, we've actually already done something not too bad. Changed the formation to a 2 up top with Melia, our man, and Ferguson along each other, just to give us more firepower up top. The cam is fantastic. Our wing, McAteer is alright, Johnston isn't, but we could maybe find someone a little bit better, like maybe Azaz could go, if he's fast enough, he could go onto that left, but he's only 74 pace, so maybe we'll need to find another solution there, but that is, I think, the formation we will take to the World Cup next year. Here we are for the squad submission for the 2030 World Cup, with, of course, the 2 big men up top, Evan Ferguson, as well as Mason Melia, our striker from Shamrock Rovers. He's only 22, 84 rated. Ferguson is only 25 as well, so they can easily go 4 more years if we don't make it this time. I think our squad is already very good. I've already looked a little bit upon it. We could maybe replace Goodram if we find... Because I want to have a very balanced squad here. Cullen, on the other hand, is already 34. He's down to a 75. I think I'm going to replace him, actually, with Laval as well. We swap out one centre-back in probably O'Shea, because he's the older one, if I'm not mistaken. He's 31, whereas Cashin is 28. So O'Shea gets swapped out with a striker, either Tom Cannon, who is only 27. Parrott is 28, so Cannon goes into that team. That is actually the team I think I'm going to take to the 2030 World Cup. Looking at the EFL Championship season, we actually just about missed out on the playoffs by 3 points on Norwich City. So we've had a good season this year, and I think we're on the right track here. However, guys, one thing I have to show you. We've won the FA Cup, and how have we done this? Defeating Manchester City, defeating Manchester United, defeating Luton Town. Who else? Barnsley in round 5. In round 4 it was Rotherham. Round 3, who was it there? Cardiff. Even round 2 we played. On the other hand, the World Cup groups have just been drawn, and we are alongside France, which is the top favourite of this group. But Hungary and Morocco, much better than France, Argentina and Croatia, in my opinion. In terms of the start 11, I've actually figured something out. Moran on the left is brilliant. He doesn't lose any rating. And he has got 90 pace, which is groundbreaking. Along with Azaz in the cam spot, because he's the highest rated cam. But we've also got on the right Vata, who can play there. Even though he's got an exclamation mark, he's got 88 pace at the age of 25. He's 80 rated. So that is how we go. Phillips goes into that centre midfield spot. We've got Collins and O'Brien, our forward at the back. Mahan at the right back spot. He hasn't, unfortunately, grown that much. The World Cup this year is actually held in Morocco, partially, as well as Portugal and Spain. So, Morocco are the hosts here. This is probably the opening game of the World Cup, maybe. So, The question is, can we take something out of this? Against Morocco, it's a 1-1 draw. Vata with the equalizer late on, as Adli gave them the lead very, very early on. And that is how it ends, 1-1 between Morocco and Ireland. For the second game, we've actually got Collins suspended, so Murphy, who is the same overall, goes into that starting 11. I didn't even realize that Murphy was the same overall. As we will face the Hungarian national team, a game that we should actually win if we want to get through, and we absolutely do. We trash Hungary 3-0. Vata with a brace, and Ferguson with his first goal of the tournament. Vata already on 3 goals after 2 games. So before facing France, we're actually in a great position right now. On 4 points, we have Morocco on 1 point, Hungary on 0 points, and France on 6 points. We are on 4 points, so if we can take 1 more point from France, which is a big task, we are certainly qualified. Otherwise, we shouldn't lose by too many goals, and hopefully Morocco don't win by too many. Let's see then how this goes. Against France, the leaders. Will we lose here? No, it's actually a draw, so we are guaranteed a spot in the next round. Ferguson and Vata get our goals. Their Emery equalizes late on to guarantee France the group win. Otherwise, it would have been us, but still in second place, automatically qualified for the next round. And so in the end, France topped the group with 2 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, 7 points. We are there with 2 draws, 0 losses, and 1 win. In the other groups, Germany and the United States go on to progress. I think that some of the third place teams go through too in this format because they don't have enough national teams. Although, while Ukraine and Portugal go through automatically. Maybe even New Zealand. Maybe also... No, Morocco, I don't think so. They have not enough points. Ghana could go through. England and Denmark go through, surely. Iceland, Spain, and maybe also Mexico, as well as Argentina, Italy. What a group of death that was. That was like the group of death we had last time. Argentina, Italy, Netherlands, and Czechia. So in the round of 16, we'll actually face Portugal. Not an easy draw by any stretch. Iceland and New Zealand made it through. Norway as well as third place in their group. United States versus Argentina, Netherlands, Mexico. France, Ghana also made it through, and Spain, Denmark. So a few tasty fixtures over here. The question, against Portugal, will we bow out or will we cause an upset in the round of 16? We lose, but it was very tight. We go out even though we were ahead through Ferguson. Alves and Conceição turned the game around. And we are out. We have to wait another 4 years for another shot at World Cup glory to 2034 actually. I mean, I am of course disappointed by this, but on the other hand, we clearly weren't ready. Most of the players, to be honest, are still relatively young, especially in the attack. 25-year-old Vata, 25-year-old Ferguson, 22-year-old Melia. Moran is 26, so also absolutely fine for the next World Cup. Azaz will not be there, probably. Collins and O'Brien will at maximum be a backup. Umoe Chibweze could be there. So will Mahon if we don't find a better one. Kelleher was probably his last one. On the other hand, Bazunu, yeah, he's a bit younger, but I'm not so sure. I'm giving it one more go now. I have hired a brand new scout. 4-star. I've given all our money on that, so we won't sign anyone this season. But it doesn't really matter here at Shamrock Rovers, as I really want to go in for the big Irish talents right now. I hope it doesn't corrupt. I really do, because that absolutely sucks. Keep you all updated on who won the World Cup actually in the end. It was England defeating France in a classical final. The third place goes to Portugal over the US actually. That is quite surprising. I actually don't believe it. The file for once is not corrupted. We have not found a decent player yet, but the first scouting report of the 5-star scout came out, and this is a bit promising at least. We have just found a couple of very interesting youth academy players. One is Buckley, who is already 65 rated at the age of 17, a centre midfielder, along with a right winger. He's only 15 though. But Buckley certainly gets promoted to the senior team right away. Now the talents are flowing in. James Coffey, already 63 rated at the age of 16, 69 to 93 potential, along with Martin McNulty, a centre-back, 1766 overall already. I'm gonna promote both of those. We've also found another right winger with only 13, but he's got 74 to 94 potential. I've now sent my scout to find us some goalkeepers, and that's exactly what he's done. O'Brien is only 13, but the other two, Cleary is 1764 rated, and Murray 1767 rated. Both have quite high potential, so I'm gonna promote both of those guys. It's the season before the Euros, and we're actually looking good on 12 points in second position in the qualifiers. That is how you do it. Behind France 1 point, but 2 ahead of Portugal. England are actually also in this group, and they've lost nearly all their games. Even against ourselves, they've lost 1 game. I've also gone on and loaned out a whole list of young players that came up through the ranks, like this Murray guy, Buckley as well. They've already quite well developed as well. Looking at the Shamrock team, we've actually finished in the playoff positions for I think that's the playoff positions. I'm actually not sure, lads. But actually, it turns out it's not the playoff round, because we haven't been in those playoffs, but we've been very close. We were, of course, in the Europa League, where we finished just outside the top 8, went to the playoff round, defeated Dinamo Zagreb, which is crazy good. But then we lost to Braga, just about 3-2 on aggregate. Still a valuable run, an absolutely valuable run in the Europa League. Our final game of qualifier will be against France, second against first in the group. We've really come leaps and bounds here, and this shows why. We've defeated France 2-1, a Ferguson goal as well as a Melia goal. Have defeated France, that is progress. This basically, even though there is a glitch, you can see Ireland in first position ahead of France, Portugal and even England in rock bottom. This is something new, but we have done so well in this campaign. We found 3 new top-tier talents, 2 centre-backs. One is David Driscoll, centre-back, 17 years old, 67 overall. And probably the best one, Ronan McGovern, 57 overall, but only 15, and 80 to 94 potential. Along with James McKee, 69 to 94 potential. He's only 16, so he will stay here for 1 more year. But David Driscoll gets promoted immediately. Here we are then for another squad submission for the Euros this year. And I've already done a little bit of work getting the players in that I think are the best ones. Moran up to a 91, by the way. Phillips up to an 80. Some of those Ebosele I've also bought for Shamrock Rovers. Most, actually, let's say a third of the squad are players from our team, from Shamrock Rovers. Melia, one of them, Laval, Ebosele, we have Phillips, Moran, even Kane at right back. I'm also going to bring in this Anselmo Garcia McNulty guy, who is doesn't sound like an Irishman, but he is in fact, and he gets the start over Omo Badmidele. So he's in the starting, let's say at least in the squad for the Euros. By the way, we've also been promoted to the Premier League with Shamrock Rovers for the first time. Coming leaps and bounds from League 2 to League 1 to the Championship, and now finally in the Premier League. It's a good sign for the Irish players, because we are an all-Irish team at this point. Looking at the Euros group, we were of course not qualified last time out. This time we are alongside Spain, who are very difficult to break down, but then Poland and Finland should be manageable. And of course, let's not forget the some of the best third place teams go through to the next round as well. So our team going into the game against Poland will consist of Murphy at centre-back. Kelleher is the captain, as Collins got replaced. He's now on the bench. But I think we should get through Poland, right? Let's find out. Yes, it's a 2-1 win. Ferguson and the substituted Knight, after 1 minute of being on the field, he scores the winner. 2-1 win over Poland. Game day 2, and it's the exactly same starting 11, with the exception of Ebosele coming in at the left midfield spot for Azaz. Finland, we should beat too, and that's exactly what happens. Ebosele scores, so that was a great decision to put him in. Moran and Ferguson with the other 2 goals. We win 3-1 and are already basically through to the next round. Of course, the last game is going to be against first placed Spain. We are second right now. Spain have also won both games, and we lose against Spain, which means that we will probably stay in second place. And that's exactly what happened. Both the other teams only got 1 point, so they are eliminated. Poland as well as Finland, but Spain and Ireland go through to the next round. In the quarterfinals, with us back in the starting 11, we are facing Croatia. Let's see if we can compete in this game. Yes, it actually goes to extra time and we win. Ume Chibueze gives us the equalizer. O'Brien gave us the lead. But Ferguson with the win in the 99th minute. We win 3-2 and pass to the semi-finals of the Euros. Well, in those semi-finals, we face France. Yet again, the French. We know them well from past encounters. Will we have something to cheer about this time? Or will we go out in the semis? We lose on penalties. 3-1 on penalties. How tight was that? I mean, we can compete. That's a good sign for the next World Cup. Barcola and Moran with the goals in the 90. Went to 120. Nothing happened. On penalties, France defeat us. It's heartbreak, but it's good signs for the upcoming World Cup. In the end, it is France, the team that beat us in the semis, who go on and win the champion, the European Championship, the Euros, against Spain in the final. I'm also going to promote all the guys that are old enough now to get promoted. Green is not one of those. He's the highest potential player, 84 to 94 potential as centre-back, but he's only 15 now. Now, in my opinion, we've done really well in this first Premier League season with Shamrock Rovers. It shows where we are. In, of course, comparison to a few seasons back. We are in the Premier League in 12th place, ahead of Spurs even. And I mean, even the Shamrock side, Melia up to a 90, Moran 92, Phillips 82. We have Murphy up to an 84 even. Adebogeya is now the captain. We have Kane with still 78 rated. Ume Chibueze has made his way into the 80s. I am really happy with how this team is unfolding in terms of Irish players. We are ready for the 2034 World Cup in, of course, Saudi Arabia. With our 2 top strikers, Mason Melia, who is now 26. Ferguson is 29. They are both in their primes, and those are the 2 starters. Bazunu has overtaken Kelleher. He's 83 rated. We have Ume Chibueze, who is the left back. Murphy, the centre back, both of ourselves. O'Brien and Collins are also centre-backs that we can use, alongside Garcia McNulty, who is up to an 80 overall. Kane has grown to an 79. We have Ramola and Moen also as the backup fullbacks, another backup centre-back who plays for Shamrock. And then Moran, the number 10, 93 rated. Phillips 82, Laval 80. Ebosele is a backup right midfielder because one thing has happened. This Cooney guy, Matthew Cooney, has grown to a 79 at the age of only 20. We will actually be the favourites along Italy in our group, together with Poland and Qatar. But Poland were already in our Euros group, so we know them well. Italy we know well as well from the qualifiers last time out for the Euros. Qatar is the only new team. Let's have a look at the other groups. We have Spain, Northern Ireland are also in there. New Zealand, Mexico, England, Denmark, Wales and Morocco in Group C. Group D sees Portugal, Germany, Ghana and Hungary face off. A lot of European teams. Here again, France, Romania, Czechia and the United States in Group E. And finally, we have Argentina, Netherlands, Norway and Ukraine. So in every group there are 3 European teams, if I'm not mistaken. Here it is like that. Here are 2 European teams with one, of course, the Mexicans and one the New Zealands. First game of this year's World Cup, the third actually, in this save, with Ireland. We'll be facing Qatar, starting it off with a bang, hopefully. And that's what happens. 3-2, just about winning it. 3 goals in the second half by ourselves. A brace by Moran, a goal by Ferguson. We have conceded in the first half through Ahmed and Abdullah in the 85th. But we still come away with a 3-2 win. Vital win to start off the tournament. Second game is around the corner where we will face Poland this time. Can we keep the good times going? Yes, it's a 2-1 win, just about. Vata and Moren with the goals. Moren in the final minute of the game. Once again, we come from behind. That is the mentality that I want to see with this Irish national team. This is what it will all come down to, though. We are on 6 points. Italy are on 4 points right now, so we are already close to finishing top spot in this group. Can we confirm it? At least a draw I want to see. And it's actually a win. 3-2 win. Ferguson and Melia with a brace. Tonali and Bianchi gave them goals back. Bianchi actually brought Italy ahead. And once again, for the third time in a row, we come back from behind. An absolutely insane mentality by the boys. We've actually topped our group by 5 points ahead of Italy. Qatar have made it to third spot, and Poland rock bottom with 0 points. Let's have a look at the other groups as well then. Mexico topped the group ahead of Northern Ireland and New Zealand, while Spain finished rock bottom of that group. That is insane as well. Denmark, England, Wales and Morocco in Group C. We have Hungary finishing ahead of Portugal and Germany, who will have to make with third place. That is actually, I'm not sure if they are going to make it out. Group B then, Romania, United States and France. What is going on with the big nations? And Group F, Argentina, at least one big team, goes flawless here so far with 3 wins out of 3 games. And of course, we had to face Germany. So they have made it through to the round of 16 as third place team. But we have to face them. Northern Ireland will face Argentina, Netherlands, United States, Denmark, France, Romania, Portugal. Italy have already beaten England in their top clash here, as well as Mexico beating Qatar, and Hungary will face off with New Zealand in the battle of the underdogs. So here it is, Ireland against Germany in the 2034 World Cup. Can we do something here? Yes, Vata with a brace, Ferguson with a goal. We go through to the quarterfinals, and Germany bow out. Even though Musiala scored, they brace. Ferguson and certainly Vata save us here against Germany. Let's have a look at how the other results unfolded. As we've already seen, Italy and Mexico go through. Hungary have beaten New Zealand 2-0. We have beaten Germany. Northern Ireland and Argentina fought out the draw, and Argentina only managed to win on penalties. The United States, that might be the biggest shock of them all, have beaten the Netherlands to advance to the quarters, as well as France going through against Denmark, and Portugal defeating Romania, as you should expect, really. In the quarterfinals, then, it is Italy versus Mexico. We will face Hungary, which is one of the weaker sides, so we can be happy about that. Argentina versus United States, and France versus Portugal, the biggest matchup of them all. We were in the Euro semi-finals. Can we now also proceed to make it to the semi-finals of the World Cup? One step further, closer to, of course, the final. Yes, but only on penalties we made it. Cunha, Chibueze, Melia and Ferguson scored their penalties. Melia gave us actually, rescued us in the 82nd minute there, 86th even. Phillips gave us the lead. Soboslai and Listas turned it around, and Melia saved us. But we go through on penalties in highly dramatic fashion against Hungary to the semi-finals. This is where we got knocked out in the Euros. The semi-finals of the World Cup it is this time. Italy facing Ireland. That is going to be a very tough game. Italy-Ireland, we are probably the underdogs, especially because of the back line. We have 279 rated players in the team. All the others are above 80. Can we give Italy a run for their money? Yes, we actually win. On after extra time this time, Festie Bosele with the winner, the man I bought for Shamrock Rovers. And once more we come from behind. Bianchi gave Italy the lead, Bueze with the equaliser. And Festie, who only came on 10 minutes before for Vata, brings us to our maiden final of the World Cup. What a sensational run that was. By the way, the other quarterfinals have had some massive surprises, as both Argentina and France have been knocked out. Italy go through against Mexico, which of course meant that the United States face off with Portugal, still to be played that game. And it will be a sensational final between Ireland and the United States. Who would have thought that? But we have to do without Captain Murphy. That is really unfortunate. Captain Murphy has been suspended for the final. I mean, I'm really angry about that, but oh well. I am going to put Murphy out of the team. I have to. Collins and O'Brien, the default Irish centre-backs in real life as well. They go into the team here. 80 rated, of course, Collins. Otherwise, this team stays the same as it was all tournament long. Let's see how what makes this US team so special. They have got Johnny, I see, Cremashi in midfield, 2 good players. But otherwise, yeah, Tillman, also good luck, just like Pepe. But otherwise, this team isn't really scaring me, guys. That is the most mental thing about all of this. Who would have thought that this would be the final? Ireland against the United States. Collins is the captain. He was the default captain, of course, before I switched him out with Murphy. So, from one centre-back, the captaincy goes to another. This is the small or big trophy, however you see it, that we are playing for. In this final of the World Cup, Ireland facing off with the United States after the wackiest of runs to that final. This is Melia already on the ball, looking for Fata. Rocco Fata, one of the underrated players, gives the ball immediately into Evan Ferguson! 1-0 Ireland. We are up after 4 minutes. Pass by Rocco Fata. And a cold finish by striker Evan Ferguson, who saw that coming. He made the run in perfect manner, and then finishes off with his weaker left foot past Gabriel Slonina in net. A woman referee also in the World Cup final. Maybe that is what is going to happen in the 2034 final. But here with a save from goalkeeper Bazunu against Ware. Careful, US on the counter, on the charge, big foul here. Twice by O'Brien, twice a big foul by the centre-back. And that will be probably a yellow. It's a red! Oh my god, it's a red card to Jake O'Brien. How? So what I have done is put Garcia, McNulty and Collins at centre-back. O'Brien is now, of course, He has been sent off, so we have 2 midfielders still, but Ferguson has been swapped out for, of course, McNulty. Garcia McNulty, that didn't really last long until Ferguson had to come off, but at least he scored us a goal. Can we break them still, even though we are down to 10 men? This is Moran. Moran going forward, doing well, giving a ball into Ferguson. We're still there. The substitution hasn't gone through yet. But still, we could go 2 up here if we play this right. This is Rocco Fata. Rocco Fata looking for a great ball into Moran. Moran! He's a moron in this case. Collins into Ume Chibueze. This is Ume with the cross. Now Melia. Melia still. Melia! And that is a penalty. Melia gets taken down. I don't know what this woman referee is up to. I didn't think it was a penalty at first. Let's see again. No, I don't think so. Serginho Dest takes him out, apparently, and it's a penalty to the Republic of Ireland. Melia is going to take it, I believe. Maybe even more. No, it has to be Melia. The striker we built to be one of the top stars in the world, and he scores to make it 2-0 to the Republic of Ireland after 40 minutes, even though we are man down. This is good play. Now Moran, Melia, Fata. We are moving the ball very swiftly. Could go for a third here, but the ball gets blocked in the last second. This is Kane up against Campbell. Kane against Campbell. Kane does well, still the US though on the charge as Tillman plays it into a tactical Buzio. Now Campbell trying to... when will they shoot then? This is Balogun. Still them on the ball. Musa, goal. They get one back. The US are back in the game, 66 minutes in. We are bringing on Festi Ebosele for the right midfield spot, as well as Laval for Moran, who is going to be tired now. He's had to do all the work. I think I'm also going to put Laval here, just to have more stability in the defensive midfield positions. Melia turning and twisting. He's one of the strongest strikers in the world. The Irish Haaland. That's what I call him, the Irish Haaland. This is Musa, good ball now. Musa into Balogun. Collins trying to keep up. Great ball into Campbell. Careful. Campbell. Still the US on the charge. Great ball, but that's offside. Thankfully, in the 85th minute, the goal was offside by number 11, Balogun. This is Festie Bosele with a very long ball into Melia that still arrives. What a ball that was. What a catch as well. What a control. Melia could make it 3! Ireland are the World Cup champions. 92nd minute or 91st minute. Melia makes it 3-1. What a ball though by Festie Bosele. We come in clutch here and we win this final, even though we've been down to 10 men for over half of the game, most of the game. We still win this. Brilliant shoot, brilliant shot, brilliant goal. And that is it. That is it. Ireland, World Cup champions, defeating the USA. It's still football and not soccer ruling the world. But football from Ireland is now on top. Melia with a brace, Ferguson with one. He had to be taken off just after 20 minutes or so, because of course our centre-back O'Brien had been sent off. But it's still been an absolute blast, not only to play this final, but to also make this rebuild. It was very, very tough, I have to say. It's not easy to find good Irish players, and not a lot of regions or youth academy players could be introduced, because there were some glitches as per usual. But in the end, we have made it. We have come leaps and bounds to win the trophy we desire. That's the start of this rebuild. Here it is, looking a little bit different than the real life World Cup. But Collins is going to lift this for the IF. The Irish lads are the World Cup champions, and that's where I'm going to leave you with the celebrations. Please consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed it. I am saying until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the celebration. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.